Animals don't have hearts. Most animals do have hearts. The vast majority of animals, including vertebrates like mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish, have hearts. These hearts are muscular organs responsible for pumping blood throughout the circulatory system, delivering oxygen and nutrients to cells and removing waste products. Some simple animals lack hearts, however, there are some exceptions. Invertebrates like jellyfish, corals, flatworms, starfish, and sea sponges do not have hearts and do not rely on a closed circulatory system to circulate fluids in their bodies. They achieve gas exchange and nutrient transport through other mechanisms. Instead of a thump-thump heart, they have different tricks to survive. Let's meet some of these cool creatures. 1. Jellyfish. These wobbly, underwater jellies are like living umbrellas. They don't have hearts, blood, or even brains. Instead, they pulse their whole body to move water around, which brings them oxygen and food. Think of them like bouncy balloons that breathe through their skin. 2. Sea stars. These spiky guys also lack hearts. They have tiny tube feet that help them move and grab food. Their digestive system is simple, and they absorb nutrients directly from the water through their body walls. Like starfish on a star-shaped pizza, they spread their bodies out to maximize absorption. 3. Flatworms. These thin, flat creatures come in many shapes and sizes. They might not have hearts, but they have tiny hairs all over their bodies that wiggle to move fluids around. It's like having millions of microscopic oars propelling them. 4. Sea sponges. These colorful, squishy animals are basically underwater filters. They pump water through their bodies, trapping food and oxygen. No heart needed, just like a kitchen sponge soaking up spills. Remember, even though these animals don't have hearts, they're still very much alive. They've adapted in amazing ways to live without this pump, showing us the diversity and wonder of the animal kingdom. So next time you see a jellyfish floating by, remember its silent, pulsing body is a marvel of life in its own right. Jellyfish. These mesmerizing underwater dancers pulse their whole body to move water around, which brings them oxygen and food. They're like living umbrellas, without brains or even blood. Sea stars. These spiky guys come in various colors and patterns, but they all share the lack of a heart. They use their tiny tube feet to move and grab food, and absorb nutrients directly through their body walls. Flatworms. Don't underestimate these thin, flat creatures. They might not have hearts, but they have tiny hairs all over their bodies that wiggle to move fluids around. Think of them as having millions of microscopic oars. Sea sponges. These colorful, squishy animals are basically underwater filters. They pump water through their bodies, trapping food and oxygen. No heart needed, just like a kitchen sponge soaking up spills. These amazing creatures remind us that there are many different ways to be alive, and that even without a heart, they can thrive in the ocean.